as far as where I am right now, I feel like I'm in 100% position, confidence-wise, to move forward on the second half of my life on the back nine, as in just taking names and however you want to put it, just getting her done, doing the damn thing. My goal it being to salvage as much of this old American heritage materials that we can, even down to clogged up. Ooh, look at this. Oh, hey girl, hey girl. You gotta love that. Thanks, darling. Oh, two of them. Let's run out here and see. There they go. That's what I'm talking about. Good healthy does they were. Alright, well that was fun. So, yeah, I mean, in my eyes, it's like, what is going on around us where, you know, everybody's suffering, or like most of the country is suffering. Material prices are through the roof, but yet there's another class of people. Well, there's all kinds of classes, right? But there's upper class people that are, you know, all giddy over this barn wood and this rustic style. Well, why don't you just be real about it? Let's get real. I mean, if you want that style, I mean, the best case scenario would know of a company or an entity that salvages these barns that, there go the deer, that these older farmers that are struggling and clawing can't deal with because their barn blows down or whatever. So we salvage that material and use it, you know. And I think I gave this spiel once already, so I know there's going to be an overlapping this and that. But so then on top of that, you know, you know, I've got the whole hunting side of things. Obviously, like you've just seen, that deer, two does just about jumping my lap, coming right up this line. So I can get content just from my hunting, but I also want to improve the world. I have a message and a goal in mind that I want to spread, and if I have it my way, on my last day, there'll be, I mean, the entire nation will be practicing the true meaning of reduce, reuse, recycle, rainbow. And that is, we all work together. I mean, I live here. I need a treehouse built, but I want to build a big treehouse. I need materials, in other words. I've got a farmer who lives here, my buddy, that has two small outbuildings that need to go down, a chicken coop and a hog pen. Rough materials, nothing fancy, nothing truly graded or anything, obviously, but this material is hard as stone because it's old and it's stood the test of time. It's time tested. So if you pick the materials from that chicken coop and hog shed, pick through them, like, take what you like, and let's just say all the materials that I've gathered will finish my tree house, and I have enough materials left over to actually go ahead with the chicken coop on my own property, like I kind of thought I was thinking of doing at one point. So done. He's good, I'm good. Whatever materials left over gets burned in my wood furnace that heats my house, my shop, and my garage. Wham, bam, done. There wasn't even any money exchanged, but we both made out. I mean, there will be some situations in some cases where money is exchanged one way or the other, or both ways. Because let's say my buddy here tells his son that lives across the road, and I've got a customer back at my place that wants a farm table done, and she wants, you know, a big 8-foot long farm table. There's a deer. With an epoxy river running down it. That might be a branch, sorry. So my neighbor's son, who's also my friend now, says, hey, I got an old barn behind my place that's been down since I moved in. Why don't you just come out and salvage that? I go salvage that and find gold. 2 huge barn wood slabs, 3 inches thick, 12 inches wide, like they used to make them, or like they used to cut them. And I take those and I make a table that makes me $5,000. Now, let's say my other neighbor over here, he's a little more stingy because he has had his eyes on that material behind his house for years and just kind of saving it for a rainy day, the day that something pops in his head and he recreates it into something of his own. So he didn't necessarily want to get rid of it, but he heard of my plight and my business and said, hey, what the heck, if I can get $500 for this stuff, then I'll go put it towards my kids or something else, another improvement on my own property. So he tells me that, or pitches that to me, and I say, well, sure, bud, no problem. I give him $500. I build the table at my place and deliver it to the customer. I get what I charge her for the table, and she's so ecstatic with the table that she gives me another $500. And I'm like, well, shoot, you know, I'm trying to build a network here. And I'm not stingy. I don't need the money. My family's happy and I'm progressing forward. I'm good. So this extra money was not accounted for. Yeah, I could probably use it on the business, which I might, or I could always just go right back to the guy that helped me out and say, hey, you know what? I made out with that table, and that deal we made really pushed me forward. So here's the extra 500, and bam. Then, now that's a marketing trick. You know, I could never bank anything from that 500 other than the fact that this guy really appreciates me. And that may be enough for me. Or putting that $500 back into my company, say buying another camera or something. You know, that's good for me too, good for the business. So that's one aspect of things, you know. And that's basically the general approach of American Heritage Woodworks, you know, is just salvaging any and everything we can from our history that today's society is trying to just kind of leave behind. I mean, it's just being left behind one way or another, you know, just like, you know, it has forever, since the beginning of time. You know, it's being forgotten, and it will be, just naturally. But you know, what gets me is waste. Just seeing things go to waste or not being appreciated. Here's another example. Say you got a barn, which I've been looking at one, and I don't know if y'all have seen it yet or not, but it's on my way to the depot in town where I get snacks for the kids and soda and whatnot. And speaking of soda, I think I dropped my other one somewhere. So, and that's another thing, you never leave trash out in a place like this. This is my sanctuary, so I'll find that other can. But it's the waste, you know. Let's say my buddy has a little building up there by the road, And he's an older gentleman, older farmer. He's got chores and stuff of his own to keep up with. He doesn't have to keep trying to keep eye on this shed 24/7. Certainly can't afford to put a camera on it, or doesn't want to have to. But these days, you can't be too careful. So he's got that shed up there that he doesn't know what to do with, doesn't need it. And kids keep sneaking into it and leaving trash, or who knows what else, drug activity or whatever. So he tells me, hey, just tear that down, get rid of it. I don't need anything for it, just make it go away. It's a safety and a security issue. And of course we'll make that happen. And of course I'll have, I will, and I do already have, place to store all these materials and save them for a rainy day. So of course one day someone calls me and wants just about anything, say even their own barn built, and I'll have all the materials to do that. All they'll have to do is get on the computer and design their barn, or send me a picture of the hutch they want, or the dining room table, or the custom mudroom built in. And it'll all be rustic, but at the same time, well, no, it'll all be rustic barnwood if that's what they want, or if they'd rather, I can buy new and make it any style they like. So, yeah, all in all, it's basically a woodworking business, but with a real strong throwback to our nation's heritage. The old school, the tongue and groove, the mortise and tenon, the historic barnwood, and the massive, most important message is repurposing all of this beautiful wood that's just, as far as the eye can see, falling down, rotting, burning up. And why? It can all be used. It could all be repurposed. How cool would it be to walk into someone's house and, okay, yeah, you got the old rustic farmhouse, hearth table, whatever you want to call it, and that's cool. That's kind of the style. People have seen it already. But then you turn around and tell them, oh yeah, well, and you show them pictured documentation of the barn that it actually came from, and the story behind the barn, that it used to be a thriving dairy farm in the 1920s before the Depression, and the barn just gradually deteriorated, and you'll have all the documentation from that, and there are your pieces in the middle of the house, and I assure you it will look glorious, because I only do glorious or whatever you want to call it, astonishing, amazing pieces. But yeah, it'll be there with our stamp on it, American Heritage Woodworks, and it'll tell its own story. It'll carry the story of American heritage on throughout the years as you and your family sit around it. And that will go for any one of my pieces. Aside from, of course, the stuff that doesn't come with its own heritage, it will still be able to carry on its own heritage and stories through time, and then passed on from generation to generation and that good stuff. So anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up, guys. We saw some deer. We chatted a bit. I chatted a bit, I guess you'd say. We watched a beautiful sunset, and this will conclude another episode of Sunsets and Scouting with Jakz. Deer. Oh, deer. We're not done yet. He's right there. He's right straight ahead. Two of them, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna hunker down. They're gonna be in our wind, so I'm gonna hunker down and finish this one up, guys. Y'all take care. Hope you had a great weekend, and please comment, like, subscribe. But right now, comments would be great for me to just know how I'm doing, because I don't know. I don't think I've got a comment or read a comment yet, so we're that fresh. And a comment to let me know that I'm on the right track sure would be something. Anyway, guys, y'all take care. Later.